Here we were, very successful, growing, raising lots of money. And then, we make a decision that actually we need to focus on bottom line. We need to get to profitability. How do we do that? Which meant cutting back. So now all of a sudden you have to take your entire organization, who you've been telling them all along, just do what you need to do to grow this business and make it happen, and say, you know what, we're going to change things a little bit, and we're going to have to make some changes. And we're going to focus on, bottom line and getting to profitability. It's a hard thing to do within an organization, especially when from day one you've had nothing but hyper growth.
Gosh, that must have been really tough. Talk a little bit about your relationship with the venture capitalists at this point. They've now put a lot of money in, right? First you had, a bootstrap business that was running, you're making your own decisions, you get this huge influx of money, you're growing to the moon, and now all of a sudden you've got to start cutting back. How does that relationship shift?
You know what? I have to say, I give a lot of credit actually to our investors. They were incredibly supportive. I think everybody, was in this for the same reason, and so I think they did everything that they could to help us. And they didn't really tell us to do this or do that. I think they made suggestions, and they left it up to the CEO to make the ultimate decision of what to do. Like as an example, we did 2 rounds of layoffs. I think when I think back in hindsight, because it's an amazing thing, we laid off. I think the first time 80-something people. We probably should have laid off 160 people, and that was a recommendation that was made. But we felt that the organization could potentially fall apart if we did that, and we probably would have been fine, But we never had experienced anything like that. So 80 people seemed so extreme to begin with. The thought of 160 people is where would we even think to take that from? But that was an example of recommendation that did come from our investors, but they didn't say you have to do that. That was, trying to help move us towards that.